Hi guys, welcome back to another one. Needing your help here. My wife and I have decided that we are going to raise quail. We're going to start a quail farm or a quail business, raising some quail. We're going to raise Coturnix quail and bobwhite quail. We're going to raise Coturnix quail for the eggs and the meat, and we're going to raise bobwhite quail to be able to train our bird dog with, and then sell these birds, the bobwhites, for other people wanting to train their bird dogs with in the off season. I've done pigeons in the past training my bird dog, but they're about 11 bucks a piece and kind of expensive to do that. So, and I have a friend that he's been raising quail and pheasants and stuff like that for the last, I think this will be his third year, going on third year now, raising them. And you can raise them for a lot cheaper than $11 a bird. So we're looking at raising some for ourselves and then be able to sell the excess or the extra, and plus the eggs and the meat from them, from the Coturnix quail. Kind of a dual purpose business here, or farm. Kind of a insight on this, because we're looking for a name for it. I'm gonna ask you guys for the help on that, but the insight on it is we're looking to find a name that kind of fit for our situation. And so we live in town, we're allowed to have chickens. Now, not quite 4 years ago, we had asked the city about chickens because we wanted to get some few backyard chickens. They told us no, and then they decided that now we could, and then now you have to ask permission to get a permit or whatever through the city, and now it's just an ordinance to the city that we're allowed to have chickens, and it's a maximum of 6 chickens with no roosters. So now there's quite a few people in this small town that have chickens around here now. So we asked them about raising quail in town, and they said no. Then we said, well, they don't really take up a lot of space, and they're not going to be real loud or nothing. So basically, nobody'd ever really know about it. It, wouldn't be a nuisance to the town or anything. And so they said that we're allowed to have them as long as we don't have any complaints from local people in the town, like my neighbors and stuff. Which I'm not worried about my neighbors, because like I said, when I got chickens. Before we approached the city about our chickens, I talked to all my neighbors about having chickens, and they were all up for it because they wanted some eggs. They wanted some of the fresh eggs, so they were okay with that. They didn't have any complaints, and they're pretty easy to get along with. My neighbors are, so I don't see any issues of raising quail either. So kind of want to keep the name or the category or the kind of subject line here of kind of in hiding or in plain sight, or something along those lines about hiding them. Because we don't really want everybody in town to know that we're raising them. I mean, it's not going to be a total secret. I mean, there are people going to know about it, but like I said, I just don't want it to kind of want to keep a hush-hush through the town, so I don't get a bunch of complaints from the neighbors or other people around the town wanting to go to complain to the city about it, so that they tell us we have to get rid of them. So the name we have in mind right now is Speakeasy's Hen House. And I'm asking for inputs from you guys to see if you guys have any ideas or come up with anything in that category or with that kind of a trend going on there. And we want to finalize or submit our permit through the state within the next week or two. I just need the name to be able to put on that permit when we submit it in, to be able to pay for it, to be able to get it all finalized. So if you guys can come up with a name in the next week or two, it is right now, well, by the time this gets posted, it'll be February 27th. So figure next week or two with it after that date. If you guys have a name, go ahead and put it in the comments. If I end up using one of your guys' names for this, I will send you some of the Coturnix meat, or after we'll butcher some and send them to you. And it might be late May before we'll able to send them to you, before, after we get some, hatch them out, raise them, and you can butcher them 6 to 10 weeks out. So by the time we get them, you figure at least about 2 months before I'll be able to send it. So we're looking probably like late May, mid to late May time frame before we send them. I'll send enough to be able to have a good meal out of them. So it'll be, if you're a smaller family, I might only send enough for them, but if you guys want to do like a family get together and have some, or so I'll send enough to make it worth your while for it. And if you guys have never had quail, this is very sought after meat. It's not quite like a pheasant. It's not real gamey. It's kind of like chicken, but which everybody says everything's like chicken, but this is pretty equivalent to chicken, but it's actually a lot healthier for you, and it's really good meat. And I'll send enough for you to be able to make a meal out of it. So if you guys have any ideas to help us out there, or to come up with something that we like our names currently, but just kind of find something catchy like that. If you guys have any ideas, go ahead and post them, and so if we use them, I'll let you know what we end up using, and once we get it finalized, and kind of have you guys follow along on that side too, as we go along, building the cages and getting everything set up and stuff like that, kind of showing you how we do it. Quail are not very hard to raise. They're really easy to raise and stuff. So like I said, we'll show you our setups as we go, but like I said, just trying to get started now and looking for that name. So if you guys have any ideas, go ahead and post them, and we'll make it worth your while. I'll leave this video posted. I'll probably turn off comments later on after we get closer to the end. The February, so look around that March 10th time frame, maybe even the 12th through that weekend, that we'll leave it open. I said we'll write all the names down and kind of look through it and see what we think, or see if we can find something more catch your eye a little bit better, a little bit play on words there. So I said I'll leave it open until then, and then probably just leave the video posted, but I'll probably disable the comments, just so I mean I guess I really don't matter about leaving the comments open or not. We're just gonna cut that time frame off there about the 12th, and so we can get everything turned in, submitted through there. So if you guys can help us out with that, I'd appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.